Yeah, he did. He practiced today and did okay. So I'll talk to Sean here and see how he does in the morning. But he was out there today, which was great to see, and he had a good day.
Stephen Means, Cleveland.com.
Right. Jeremiah, obviously, what he's been able to do as a freshman, but just overall, it just seems like there's some freshmen around the country who have been making plays. In your experience, I know there's a talent level of it, but is there something extra that you typically see with a freshman that lets you know they're going to be able to handle a heavy workload early on in the season?
I think the first thing is that they get here mid-year. It's been really hard for guys to make an impact who aren't here in January. It's just the truth in their freshman year. I think the second thing is, they're physically mature, and then they're mentally and emotionally mature to be able to handle and quickly kind of assimilate into just the speed of the game. Every play, you got to bring it. Sometimes in high school, you can get away and coast a little bit and take some plays off. You can't do that in college. You certainly can't do that here. So, those are the things we look for: consistency, being able to push through physically, mentally, emotionally, and usually those are the guys that make an impact.
Austin Ward, podcast.
Ryan, what did you think of Donovan last week in his return?
Yeah, he graded out a champion. I thought we didn't have a whole bunch of plays in the game, some explosive plays, some shorter drives, but I think there was a confidence across the board having him in there. Not that Austin didn't do a nice job when he was in there, but we're talking about one of the better players in college football, and I think that across the board, up front, the communication was much better. I thought there was some cohesiveness, guys finishing downfield. So good to have him back in the mix.
Bill Rabinowitz, Columbus Dispatch.
I know you're in the bunker, but have you heard about this UNLV thing? And just curious what your thoughts are on that. I don't expect that to be an issue here.
I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Okay.
Sorry. Did it happen something today?
Yeah, the quarterback and actually the running back too said they're going to redshirt. They're not going to play anymore because their NIL commitments and their minds didn't meet. So he's leaving the team.
Yeah, I don't know the situation. Yeah.
Joey Kaufman, Columbus Dispatch.
Ryan, what's your plan for kickoffs with Jaden?
Yeah, we feel like Austin can do the kickoffs. I think, Austin can do the kickoffs. Whether Jaden can or not, we'll kind of see how he does towards the end of the week. I feel like Jaden certainly can do the field goals and extra points. So we'll plan on him doing that, and as we get closer, we'll decide on the kickoffs.
Dylan Davis, Delaware Gazette.
Ryan, this willingness to play both guards in games and down in games, do you expect that to continue no matter what the game situation is, if they both continue to play like they are?
If they both continue to play well, yes. Rare that happens, but yeah. I mean, we're going to keep letting them play and see how that shakes out right now. I think it's a good thing. I remember one year at Boston College we did this, and when you had a younger guy, a little bit inexperienced, you were able to kind of give them a little bit of a deep breath for a series, and we found that to be beneficial. One of the questions is, well, do they get in the flow of the game? The one thing about having the tablets and being able to watch the last series up there, exactly what happened in terms of the blitz patterns and some of the things that are going on, I think that's helpful. So we'll keep pushing forward on it and see where it takes us, but we want to keep playing these guys who deserve to play, and I think both of them right now deserve to.
Bill Landis, Kings of the North.
Ryan, we saw that stiff arm from Travion on his long run. It just seems sort of generally like he and Quinshon, and even James when he gets out there, they're just really physical at the second level, like making sure they're actually getting through those defenders. Is that any kind of emphasis for those guys this year as you try to bring in Columbia more?
I mean, it's always an emphasis, but I think you can just see, they all kind of want to bring that, and it's contagious in the room. I think Carlos does a great job, in his individual, the way that he approaches every day, the mentality and mindset that he coaches with in that room, and so I think it's contagious, and guys are pushing each other, and they see somebody break one, or they see someone run for a hard 3 or 4, and they see someone pick something up in pass protection. They want to do the same thing, and they have pride in that. So it's a good start, but we want to continue to see them improve as the season goes on, but encouraging to see them running hard.
Spencer Holbrook, Letterman Row.
We saw Brandon put one on the turf on that punt, but then get a second chance right away. What goes into allowing a guy to make that mistake and rebound from it that quickly?
Yep.
He just gets a second chance, and what does it say about him that you guys trusted him and put him right back out there?
In that moment, we go off what we see in practice. That's the first thing. When you see it over and over again in practice, where somebody is reliable, accountable. We see it in the off season. Some of the decisions that we make on whether guys have an opportunity is what happens in the off season. And are they gold with Mick in the weight room? Do they show accountability every day, or are they somebody that maybe has had some misses or is not accountable? That's the first thing. Then you look forward in practice. Obviously, what are they doing in practice? And I think that the sun was kind of set like right in his vision there, and he had a hard time with that. And so we have confidence, that he can do that. And so I never really batted an eye. I asked him what happened. I said, did it cut up in the wind? He said, no. It was the sun. And so we kind of went with him, and we have confidence he'll do a great job.
Tony Girdman, Buckeye Huddle.
Ryan, when we talked to Will yesterday, you seemed pretty excited or anxious to show people his running ability now that you're getting into that portion of the schedule where we might see it more. What's the messaging to him about that right now?
Well, he knows that's a huge weapon, and it's a huge weapon at all levels of football, and certainly for us, we're going to need that because it changes the entire the advantage in the box, the leverage, the numbers, and having the ability to pull the ball and read somebody certainly makes a big difference. And so when appropriate, we'll use that. He knows that. He's done that before. He feels comfortable in that. He likes that part of it. And I think it just adds to his overall game.
And final question, Tim May, Letterman Row.
Ryan, when you watch Michigan State on video and stuff, what has changed about them from last year, scheme-wise, anything else, especially on the defensive side? What have you seen that's different about them?
Different style of defense, different coordinator, different. Some of the same players, but also some new guys, and I think they changed a little bit more on offense. Just more of what they did at Oregon State, huddling, a little bit more under center, some more 12 personnel, where they were a little bit more spread out, shotgun, no huddle in the past.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Does it make this more like getting ready for a team you haven't played in a while? You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Explain that.
Well, when there's a new coach at one of the conference schools, there's a change there. So there's a little bit of an unknown just because you haven't had multiple years going against them before. We know a little bit more about their personnel, but not exactly about their schemes and some of the stuff that they do. So, you got to do a good job being ready for the unexpected and have a good plan. But to me, ultimately, it's going to come down to handling the road, handling the noise, being really good with the football, running the football, stopping the run.
Great, Coach. Thank you very much.
Thanks, guys.